You are listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around good guy, Paul Valverde. Now, on to the show.
What's shaking, New Jersey? Welcome to another episode of the New Jersey Business Podcast. Today, as special guest, we have Beth Nydick, a publicity and business strategist. Beth, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Anything for my Jersey people. Everyone knows that I'm full on Jersey.
Beth, thank you so much. I love to get our audience, I love for them to get to know you a little bit better. Will you please give us a glimpse about you and maybe a little bit about what you do as well before we get into more details?
Of course. So I'm born and bred in New Jersey. Started out my career as a TV producer, actually. And what I do now is I use all the skills of being a media professional for 20 years. I help entrepreneurs, authors, medical professionals not only earn media for their business, but actually make sure they can monetize and leverage all those non-money making activities. So I'm not only helping you get on TV, but I'm helping you make sure you get on TV over and over again and make money from it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, most of our following are business owners, entrepreneurs, and obviously they want to get more exposure for themselves and as well as their business. And there's also, I think, misconceptions sometimes between advertising, marketing, public relations, how they, are distinguished from one another and things like that. And I'm sure we're going to clear some of those things up today. Will you please perhaps share with us how you would take someone from not knowing anything at all to having really good knowledge and being able to get in front of maybe TV cameras or so?
I mean, from undiscovered to unforgettable, which happens to be my tagline. It really starts with letting go of your marketing message and understand. This is what I say to my clients, like, what is that message deep down in your gut that you actually need the world to know? And if we can start from that really personal mantra or saying, or even a couple sentences that really connect back to who you are, that's what the media and actually your clients actually want to know about you. So when we start from there, so for instance, mine is that you can create your own possibility for success. It's really up to you. So if you see anything I do or anything I talk about, there's that underlining piece there. So when I'm going to media, and yeah, I to be honest, I'm a TV lover. I love being on TV. I've been doing it for a long time. So sometimes when I say TV, people get a little nervous. And when I say publicity, I really mean podcasts like yours, your church's newsletter, your town's Facebook group, anything where your clients can see you is really, that's the PR that you need for your business. Because I have clients coming to me all the time. They're like, I want to be on Good Morning America. And my response is, okay, like everybody else wants to be Good Morning America. But if your clients aren't going to watch Good Morning America or aren't going to see you as an expert in the position you're putting yourself on Good Morning America, then they should rather come on this show or go on NJ on Air or be in New Jersey Monthly Magazine, someplace that their clients are actually going to take action to find out more about you.
Right. So it's something, if I'm hearing you correctly, is you want to stay in front of your audience and you kind of want to go to the places where your potential clients or ideal clients will congregate. Right.
Exactly. With that message that you like that deep, dark message, because that marketing message, people already are like smarter than we used to be. So they understand what the marketing's about. But when it really comes from your heart and they can connect to that, because if you can connect to someone's heart, they're your client for life.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I think what you're saying just makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it because everyone, maybe perhaps they want as much exposure as possible. Right. But if your business is very specific to a geographical area, then to get in front of a nationwide network may not be perhaps what would give you the greatest return for your business if your business is specific to serve just like, say, a county per se, right?
Right. That's for credibility more than it is for getting clients. So depending on where you are in your business, it depends on, if you're a multinational company, you should be on Good Morning America, right? If you're a mom that has amazing things for your community, it's great exposure on Good Morning America. But like my family owns car washes. If you own car washes, then let's focus on local media. Let's focus on the people that are in your community that will talk about you and will tell their friends about you. Because if you don't, if you're not making money in your business, it's a hobby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So can you share maybe some of the things that you see as common patterns of perhaps people's misconceptions when they come to see you?
Oh, there's a lot of them. A lot. I think the biggest one is people think that one good media hit's going to change their business forever. Like, so I'm also happen to be a cocktail cookbook author. There's you could see it over my shoulder. It's over there somewhere. We were in Oprah. A lot of people think just because we were featured in Oprah that it changed our lives, it changed our businesses. Sold a lot of books, but it didn't change anything in our actual lives. So it's really understanding that this is not like a one time and everything changes. This is a consistent system that you need to integrate either into your team, hire somebody like me and my team, and be able to really create that community around your message, right? Again, not your marketing message, your media message, or that deep personal message, to be able to get more clients, get more credibility. And I always say, like, get more cash, because that's what it's really all about. Like, we can talk about business and all the things that go around it, but if you're not making money in your business, there's something wrong. And visibility is a big piece of that. So understanding how visibility in your arena can actually work for your business. That's the differentiator, I think.
Do you find that perhaps people think that maybe they're too small, their business is too small to maybe look for someone like you or hire a team such as yours? Do you find that perhaps people think that way? And if so, what will you tell them?
Most people think that way, to be completely honest. I talk to my friends, or I'm in lots of New Jersey networking groups, and national ones too. And that's what I get a lot. It's one of the reasons I started doing small group programs, to be able to help those kinds of entrepreneurs. I always tell this story. Like, my first media hit was on my town's high school TV station.
Okay.
I got more right. Like, I got more business from that. I happen to be Jewish. I was in my church, my synagogue's newsletter. So it doesn't matter how small you are, how big you are. Like, there was a young woman who does apparel that was in New Jersey Monthly or New Jersey Magazine last month. She's just starting out. So if a 19-year-old kid who's just kind of doing something out of her basement can get media, if you actually have a business as an adult, then why are you not starting to implement that in your business? So there's no small. Again, it's the difference between a hobby and a business.
And what are some of the services you offer to business owners, entrepreneurs, companies?
Thanks for asking. I have a full-blown PR agency, but I also like to work one-on-one with my entrepreneurs at every level. So I have the done for you and I have the done with you. I have a 5-week small group high touch program starting actually next week, where I take entrepreneurs who've never had any press, not only create the assets they need, create the pitches they need, and help them find the contacts they need, because I firmly believe that everybody knows somebody who knows somebody that works in media. So I really help you get from the idea to having a system in place in your business so that you can consistently get yourself media. And I teach you what to do with it, which I think is the biggest part of it. Because it's like we said, it's great to get to Good Morning America, but if you don't know how to actually leverage it and use it for your business to create that monetization piece of it, then I always think, like, then why are you wasting your time?
Right. Because there would be a disconnect, right? What do you find that most people want to have that service of public relations? In other words, is it always with the purpose of increasing, like, at the end of the day, increasing revenue, or are there other reasons for which people want to get in front of audiences?
There's a lot of different reasons. Like, if you're launching a book, you want more book sales. If you want to be a speaker, credibility and visibility will get you paid more to be a speaker. If you want to sell more of your product, you want more traffic into your stores. So it really runs the gamut from that increasing in client activity to just credibility. So understanding where your business is and what kind of visibility you actually need to reach those goals, because you could be making fine money, right? Your business could be working. The visibility that you have is working, but you want to up level the kind of clients. You want to charge more. You want to change something in your business. Visibility can make that difference. One of the reasons I do what I do, because I was so tired of that marketing hamster where you have to create the funnel and create the marketing message and, like, do the webinar and do the challenge, all that kind of stuff. Whereas a podcast interview can allow 15 people of your vast audience like what I have to say. And then some of those 15 people come to see what I'm doing. And some of those people actually sign up with me and do work. Like, that's the whole purpose of visibility is to connect to your clients in that way. So I always say, like, no matter where you are in your business or what you're doing in your business, if you don't have that visibility, that's an issue. And there's plenty of people like me that can help you change that.
Now, what the majority of your clients, what fields do they come from?
You know, I have every, it's on, you know, people say that they're like, what's your niche? I'm like, I really don't.
Okay.
I honestly only work with people that I connect with. So I have people on my roster right now that are financial planners, therapists, bloggers, media professionals, because I really take a one-on-one approach, meaning I really deep dive into your business, and people that work with me, you know, I always say, like, you get my brain on your business for the time that we're working together. And as long as it's something that I'm knowledgeable about or I can learn about, then I can be helpful. Honestly, if somebody came to me, they're like, I want to do Bitcoin, I have no idea. You know, but I grew up in an entrepreneur family, so I understand small business. I worked in corporate. I understand corporate business. So it's really up to the people that come to me. It's if you have that message that you know that you need the world to see, I can help you let them see it.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting talking to entrepreneurs. I find some may think of themselves with tons of confidence, right? And they see themselves a lot bigger than what they are, which I think is good.
Yes.
But you also get a lot of people who feel that they don't have, like, they don't have something great to offer. That, yes, I love to get more exposure, but I don't know what sets me apart. I don't know what makes me different. I haven't achieved something great. You know, I just started this business and I like to get more. What would you say to someone like that?
It's like, then you need somebody like me in your life. You need a coach in your corner. Like, honestly, that can really
Yeah.
be, because you're hitting on, like, honestly, one of my superpowers. Like, my superpower is to listen to you for you to 10 minutes, and I can kind of pull out with all those things. It's how my strategic brain works.
Yeah.
But and on the other side of it, like, I have people that help me with it because I have a horrible time, like, doing it for myself, like everybody does. You know, the cobbler's kids have no shoes. But everybody has a message. Everybody has something to say. There's unique in everything. Like, this is my my AirPods. This company made this AirPod cover, right? What's interesting about this AirPod cover? The story behind how they got to it, the products they used to make it, the colors they use. Like, there is so much within that. It's just really hard for us as entrepreneurs or people in general to say, hey, yeah, I'm pretty special. Look at this. That's, you know, that's why there's hype men from this, or was it Barnum Bailey? Like, he had hype men, right? All the way back then. We all need our hype people. And that's honestly, that's how I really got started. I was just helping my friends about 7 or 8 years ago because I have all this knowledge in my head. And after a little bit of helping people, they were like, Beth, you should be doing this. You should be helping people this way. And I really leaned into it because it was something that I enjoy. When you're working with an entrepreneur and their face changes because they get it, or their body changes because they understand that they are special and they have a message and there's something for them to get out there, that purposeful intention, that's what makes my day. That's what I do, because not only is it the success on monetarily and getting people out there, but for people to see themselves in a different way and that they're valuable to the public. It's really important.
Right. I want to, I think, talk about that a little bit more, because something that I find very encouraging about talking to entrepreneurs is that go-getter spirit, right? That I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna find the way, right? Sometimes you do run into some mindset issues. Sometimes you get stuck in something, and that's where you need help from someone with more experience, someone who coach you, walk you through it, advise you. And I think one of the most important qualities for someone to ultimately excel in the industry or field is to be teachable. You have to be willing to learn.
Oh, yeah.
And you also have to be selective of who you learn from. See, many years ago, before the internet, the access to knowledge was very limited, right? Nowadays, everyone has access, but what they don't have is a filter, right? They don't know, it's hard to distinguish good information from bad information. You know, anyone could get online and say something, but when you find someone, right, who can be that filter for you, and not only that, but who could be that teacher for you, that coach for you, such as yourself, then you find true value, because it's someone who can literally take you to the next level in accomplishing the goals that you're setting out for yourself. I have a question for you, Beth. The done for you and the done with you. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Kind of explain the difference between the two and what that would look like for your customers?
Sure. So the done for you and done with you actually start at the same place. We have like a 90-minute sit down where I ask you all about like, who was 10-year-old Paul? Who was Paul in college? Who was Paul when he got, whatever the things are that I know about you. I do say, and I'll tell you, like if we don't cry just a little bit, we have to keep talking because I need to know that like who you are at a base level. And there it's the done for you. I have a team of publicists. They're the most amazing women that I've been working with for a long time that just continue to get press from my clients over and over and over again. And you work with them as well as me, how we're really solidifying what your personal brand is and how you want to show up in the media, because it's great to get media, but if your business isn't backing up the media, meaning so I'm a cocktail cookbook author. If my publicists are booking me out to do cocktail segments on TV shows, my social media better reflect that. So if we're doing spring cocktails, everything in my social media, my newsletter, my website better reflect what I'm doing.
Right.
So that's on the done for you side. And the done with you side, I really hold your hand. We really walk together through what the accomplishments are, what the goals are. Let's say that your goal is to do 5 local TV spots in this quarter, because I like to work, my brain works in quarters. So in second quarter, you're going to get 5 TV spots. Great. How are we going to do that? I help you implement a system. If you have a team, teach your team the system. I love working with one-on-one because you kind of know how to do it better. But we really implement that system into what you're doing so that it's not a million more hours of work a week, because you're not going to do it. So I really try to keep those activities down. And I really work with how you work to create that system within your business so that you can continually get yourself media without me. Because it's nice to coach with somebody. And to be honest, most of my clients stay with me for a very long time, but I want my clients that I do the done with you to be able to do it without me, because they're at a different stage in their business. And I also know that when they rise up and stage in their business and they can afford having the done for you, that they walk into that piece of it.
So you would say that for someone starting out, the done with you would be the kind of entry level. Can we call it entry level?
Yeah, because when you work, so for people that don't know, when you work with a PR agency, when you work with a publicist, not only are you paying them for their time, you're paying them for relationships. So actually hiring a publicist has a couple of dollar signs after it.
Got it.
So if you're not at that stage yet, to not do it, or to try to do it where you're downloading free things. And if anyone who's listening is like me, I love a group, but I love that one-on-one. And I do better with one-on-one. That's why I offer it, or very small group, like my program. I teach the way that I need to learn. So not hopefully, it works for other people too. But I think that having somebody else really holistically look at your business, that's the key. So if somebody's starting out and has their business starting, and when we say starting out, it means you have the idea, you've done things to create the basis of a brand. Bringing somebody like me in at that stage, I really can help you amplify all of that much faster. And that's what a coach is for you to skip some steps.
So I'm sure that our audience is smelling what you're cooking and they're liking it. And so can you next week you have a program starting. Can you give us a little more information about that and perhaps how they could sign up for it?
Oh, thanks, Paul. Yeah, it's called Get Media Now. It's a 5-week high touch program. We have less than 10 people in it. And every week we're working together to not only create your pitches, but to create your business around it. So we do start, everybody that's in the program does get an hour with me where I'm really deep diving into your business with you. I do the back end work so I can see who you are before I talk to you. It's not cold. I always like to say that because people are surprised that I'm knowledge about their business before they get on the phone with me. And my response is always like, well, isn't that why you pay somebody like me? But within that, we really figure out what your messaging is, how you want to show up on social, and then who you want to pitch and why it's going to be good for your business and how it's going to help your business. And by the end of the 5 weeks, you have a pitch to send out, you have contacts to send it to, you have I always say like a new look at what your business is about. And I've been doing this for a little while, and I can't, like, every time I think about the women that are in these groups, I just smile because I've watched them blossom. I've watched them do their testimonials are all over my website. They're all over my social media. So if somebody out there is listening and they are interested in using media, using visibility as a ways to increase their business in any way, please come find out. And you can go right to bethnydick.com. There's a pop-up right there and you can get in the wait list.
Awesome. Beth, our time has come to an end, but I want to thank you so much for coming on as a guest. I know that our audience will request to have you on again, and I hope you're open to that. And we'll make sure to list all your information in the podcast show description as well, in YouTube, Facebook, and all the social media. We'll have your links up so people can get in touch with you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. It's a blast.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, go to NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. That's NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you and your business. You can also visit our website to learn about sponsorship opportunities and how to qualify for a complimentary gift. Thanks again for listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast.